And there it is. The New York Knicks have traded Guerschon Yabusele. We're breaking it down here on Knicks Now. Literally just got home after the watch party for tonight's win over the Denver Nuggets. What a game. What a stream. Major shout out to all of the real ones. But as we are about, 16 hours away from the NBA trade deadline, Leon Rose has made a move, and this is why you subscribe to the channel. When there is Knicks news to talk about, even if we've been at work for 14 hours today and been up since 6 a.m. for a doctor's appointment, we're still gonna get you a video. Hit that sub button and help us reach our goal of 85,000 subscribers. Charania, the one breaking the news. The New York Knicks are trading Guerschon Yabusele to the Bulls for Dalen Terry. Let's talk Guerschon Yabusele. I'll talk about Dalen Terry, give you some information on that. And the real reason the New York Knicks made this trade, it's not about getting Dalen Terry. Let's start with this. The Yabusele thing just didn't work for the New York Knicks. And I believe it was a big fault of the front office. And also a lot of blame goes to Yabusele. But the New York Knicks signed him prior to having a head coach. And at the time, we all thought it was a good move. Yabusele had a great year in Philadelphia last year. But he just does not fit the Mike Brown offense. He and Brown have not seen eye to eye all year long, and it just has not worked out here. I think Yabusele wasn't in the best shape when the season started. He hasn't shot the ball all that well this year, and he's not making open shots either, and he's supposed to be a guy that can score the basketball. He did last year in Philly. He just has not done that this year. When it comes to Dalen Terry, 6'6", 195 pounds, 23 years old. He was actually a first-round pick back in the 2022 NBA draft, selected number 18 overall. Went to Arizona. Don't know if I've already said that. He's played in 34 games this year, 11.1 minutes per game, averaging 3.5 points per game, 1.3 assists, 1.9 rebounds, 0.6 steals, 0.3 blocks. He is shooting 44.1% from the field, 41% from three, but only on 1.4 attempts per game. He's never attempted more than 1.5 threes per night. For his career in 204 NBA games, he shoots 1.2 threes per night. He knocks them down at 31% clip. It's actually funny because my guy Patrick Seatman, former producer of New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, he's a Bulls fan, and he covers the Bulls here at Chat Sports, and we have watched way too many Bulls games, and Dalen Terry is, I'm not going to lie, one of the funniest players in the NBA. I'm not really sure what he does well. Solid athlete, willing to defend, but he is a nothing burger on the offensive end. And I'm not sure he will play all that many meaningful minutes for the New York Knicks. The Knicks made this trade to get off of Guerschon Yabusele, not just for this year, but for next season. Yabu had a player option of $5.5 million, and he was obviously going to accept that player option. And you free yourself of $5 million on the salary cap next year because Dalen Terry is going to be a free agent or has a club option. No, he will be a free agent, at the end of this season. This is his fourth year in the NBA. Standard rookie deal in the first round, a 2-year guarantee, and then 2 years of a team option. And there is a belief out there, and was a belief, and it's kind of just a fact at this point, if the Knicks were able to get off the Guerschon Yabusele deal, they will have enough room below that second apron to re-sign Mitchell Robinson to a contract extension this summer. That's why you make that trade. To get off the future money of Guerschon Yabusele, that way you can bring back somebody else, whether that be Landry Shamet, whether that be Mitchell Robinson, maybe both of them. That is why the New York Knicks make this deal. They get off that $5.8 million player option for next season, And then they get Dalen Terry, who's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And they also don't have to attach any picks to get it done. There was a lot of chatter out there that the Knicks were going to have to attach multiple second-round picks to get off of the Yabusele deal. They have 9 tradable second-round picks right now, and they don't have to give a single one up. A trade on trade deadline day, as we are now into the wee hours of the morning, that I don't think a lot of people are going to be pumped up about. And look, Dalen Terry shouldn't pump anybody up. He has been somewhat of a bust of a first-round pick, number 18 overall. He's got NBA size. He's got an NBA wingspan. He's a good athlete. He'll compete on defense. He just doesn't have any NBA skills on the offensive end. Can't shoot, can't pass, can't dribble. You made this move for future salary cap space and essentially to bring back Mitchell Robinson next year, as he is going to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. Still are going to have to hammer out those details. And after you see what Mitchell Robinson does tonight against a guy like Nikola Jokic, the best center in the NBA, that's a guy that you can't not move forward for. He can guard. He can cause some havoc on the defensive end. Talking about Dalen Terry, I don't know if I expect him to play all that much, to be quite honest with you. There was a report that came out from Ian Begley a couple of minutes prior to this news actually breaking, where he talked about Jose Alvarado again as a trade target for the New York Knicks. And if you've been following this team for a while, you know when Ian Begley speaks, especially on trade deadline day, we got to answer. We got to listen. And Begley wrote, with the trade deadline roughly 16 hours away, the New Orleans Pelicans, Jose Alvarado, remains a trade target for the Knicks. Yves Missi, another player they had interest in, has drawn strong interest from the Pacers and other teams. It may require significant draft capital to get New Orleans to move off of Missi. With Jose Alvarado making $4.5 million, and you look at the Knicks cap sheet for the 2025-2026 season, I'm not really sure how they would get to $4.5 million at this point. Miles McBride makes 4.3. You ain't trading Deuce for Alvarado. Yabusele makes 5.5. You could have got that deal done, but you don't. Then you look at a guy like Pacome Dadier making $2.8 million. Is there a world where Pacome Dadier and a couple of second-round picks could fetch you Alvarado? I'm not sure if the money would work on that. Clarkson makes 2.2. I don't know. It's going to be tough. And I'm not so sure the New York Knicks will make a trade tomorrow morning. I felt like the only trade at this point that really made sense was kind of dumping Yabusele, and that's essentially what they do here. Look, we'll be live on the channel all day tomorrow, reacting in real time to the latest rumors, news, updates, and trades across the NBA. I just don't really see a world where the Knicks do make a trade tomorrow. I'd like to get Jose Alvarado. I'd be down for another point guard. You don't have a third guard, and I'm kind of done seeing Deuce McBride play point guard. Jake L. Fisher, who covers the Knicks, said the Knicks did not want to hold on to Yabusele's player option for next year. New York flipping him for Dalen Terry, who's looking for a fresh start out of Chicago, brings back an expiring contract instead. Anything you get on the basketball floor for Dalen Terry would be gravy, because I just don't see it. I don't think they're trading for Giannis tomorrow. Let me be honest, I don't think Giannis gets traded at all. It's the longest soap opera ever, and it's annoying. And I'm starting to lose some love for him because he says, I don't want to be traded, but everybody knows you have demanded trades thousands of times. Appreciate everybody for watching today's video. Shout out to everybody that tuned into the watch party. Make sure you are subscribed and join us at 11 a.m. Eastern time as we go live for the 2026 NBA trade deadline.